Alrighty guys, the time is here. River is 6 months and it is time to sleep train this kid. Let's do it. Alrighty guys, so this video I've taken over the course of the past 2 weeks. By the time you're seeing this, hopefully River will be sleep trained. Would be the dream. This video is going to be a lot of me talking at you. It's not kind of like a regular vlog, so just be prepared for that. I wanted to kind of share with you what we're doing and why we're doing it the way that we're doing it. So first things first, I decided to actually read a parenting book this time. Imagine that. I'm not that kind of parent. This is literally the first parenting book I have ever read. Maybe I need to read more apparently, but okay, so this is the book that I'm reading for sleep training. Hopefully it's focusing so you can actually see it. It's called Get Your Sleep On by Christine Lawler. I actually found her on Instagram. Someone actually sent me a link to her handle, and so I will link her down below. She's actually a licensed marriage and family therapist who does a lot of specialized sleep training stuff, and she wrote this little book. Guys, this little book is $12 on Amazon. It's what I'm following to help me sleep train River. Look how small it is. It's easy for exhausted newborn mama brains to comprehend. She's super conversational and hilarious when she writes her stuff, which makes me be able to stay engaged and focus. Yeah, 12 bucks. If someone said to you, hey, give me 12 bucks and I will get your kid to sleep, I would say take $1,200 and give me all the sleep. So it's worth it. So in this book, she talks about 3 different methods of sleep training. She does the cry it out, she does the check and console, which is essentially the Ferber method, where you do timed intervals and go in and check and console the child and then leave again, and then do a little bit of a longer period and then do the same thing. And then the no cry method. In here, she talks a lot about daytime sleep and how important it is for sleep training. And guys, let me tell you, just call me stupid. You can call me stupid, it's really okay. I never thought of sleep training as being a daytime thing. I always thought, oh, it's just to get them to learn how to sleep through the night. Daytime is almost more important than nighttime, and we have seen such a huge difference in River just from making him sleep more during the day. And my mind's literally just been blown because I'm I don't know how he's sleeping so much. I just didn't know that he could do that. And so poor Scarlett really got the short end of the stick. Poor little first child guinea pig baby. She was basically just overtired all the time. So she talks a lot about overtiredness and how it is the enemy of sleep training essentially. So yeah, I'm not gonna give you all the little tips and tricks in here. 1, mostly because I wouldn't really do it justice and I can't remember everything. But 2, I want you to go support her and go buy her book and read it because it's amazing. This is no way sponsored by her. I just stumbled upon this and thought it was really helpful. So hopefully one of you mommies or daddies, I'm helping you. We can do this. We can get our kids to sleep so that we can sleep. River is 6 months and a little bit now. And we are deciding to start at 6 months with him. With Scarlett, we started at 5 months and it did not go well at all. It took us months to sleep train her. So we thought, okay, let's give River that extra month because, online says 4 to 6 months is recommended, but a lot of people say 6, 6, 6, 6. So we're whatever we did last time didn't work, so let's just do 6. We also, more importantly, started noticing that he was kind of starting to be able to self-soothe. She almost put the passy in his mouth and do a few things like that. So we thought, okay, let's give him the time to do that. Hopefully this extra month will just help him get better at that, because in the end it's going to be better for him and it's going to be better for us. So that's why we waited until 6. In the book, she recommends 4 to 5, and one of the reasons she says that is because 6 to 9 months is kind of the standard time, statistical time when kids start to teeth. And so if you train them before that happens, you know that they're not crying because of teething pain. Again, it's not always like that. Some kids have teeth at 3 months, but on average 6 to 9 months is teething. So you can kind of knock that out as a reason why they're crying. That's what she recommends. Okay, so I mentioned that she discusses 3 different types of sleep training in her book. So with Scarlett, we decided to do the Ferber method because for me, letting her cry it out just seemed like too much I didn't think I could do it. And then the no cry method, it's just not really our parenting style, so that was kind of out of the picture. We didn't want to do that. So we decided on the Ferber method with the check and console. And so we did that with Scarlett, and like I said, it took months to sleep train her. Oh boy, I wish we read this book when she was a baby. So this time with River, our plan was to go in and do that same method. But we noticed, which we actually noticed with Scarlett too, but you know, whatever. Like I said, poor kid got the short end of the stick. So with River, we noticed that we would go in to check and console him after the timed period. And first of all, he would not calm down. And second of all, when we would go to leave without picking him up or anything, he would get so very angry. And it would start like all over again as if we didn't wait 20 minutes to go in there because he'd be so mad. And so we actually are doing like straight up cry it out with him, with the exceptions of feeding. So I still feed him a few times in the night, and I will for a little bit. I did with Scarlett as well, and I'm okay with that. Some people just choose to cry it out all night and let them just cry. We're feeding him and then putting him down. They can cry then or cry before we feed him. More into that later. But so we're actually doing straight up cry it out. Not timing him, just letting him go. We've kind of decided we let him go for an hour. I'll maybe go in and just kind of try to calm him down a little bit. But if he's at all starting to calm down a little bit, even if our timer goes off, I leave him. It is so hard. I say all this like, oh, you just do this, this, and this. Guys, I've cried a lot. So I guess it's kind of like our adapted version of check and console and cry it out. But we don't do like 3 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 20. It's like an hour or more. And it is so stinking hard. But hopefully it works, and then we'll all be happy. I'm just now learning that you have to teach your kids how to sleep. Some kids, though, come out and, you know, every 2 hours, they take a nap during the day. They fall asleep, and that's fine. Our kids, so far, 2 out of 2, that is not the case. They will fight sleep like it is their job. And I can't even tell you how many times River has been like happy and wide awake, but it's been 2 hours since he woke up. So I have to put him down. I'm like, this is gonna go horrible. And then he falls asleep. I never, ever would have put him down if I wasn't following this method that she recommends. So it all depends on their age. In the book, she has a kind of a chart of the ages and when they should nap approximately. So that's another helpful tool that's in the book that you should buy to check it out. So nap times are really important. And so your kid should be up for 2 hours at the most, and then they should be asleep again. And that to me was like, what? Like Scarlett slept for 2 hours in a row, like consecutively, maybe 3 times in her whole baby life. And River's done that already in this past week more than she ever did. And it's just because we put him down every 2 hours. He wakes up 2 hours or less, depending on how he's acting. And so that's been like life-changing to us. So yeah, we have to like teach our kids good sleep habits so that they can learn, you know, I'm tired, I need to lie down, or I can, you know, mom put me down so I can just roll over and relax. Because before it was like they're so worked up and crazy, they didn't even know why they were crying. They were just so tired and they wouldn't go to sleep. And now like he goes down so easily. It like literally blows my mind. So I'm learning that I need to teach my kids how to sleep. And that has been like really awesome. And I feel so much better equipped for future children and now River. So hopefully this video can help you guys out too. Hopefully all this has been making sense. I feel like in my head I was kind of all over the place. The next part of the video is kind of me doing like a day-by-day vlog. Again, it's kind of hard to follow, I feel like, because I was in it and so I kind of forgot that you guys weren't with me the whole time. So I'm trying to, hopefully it makes sense to you. I just give like little snippets of our day and like if it was a rough day and what happened and why it was rough and what I've been feeling and experiencing as we go through this. So hopefully this is helpful. Hopefully this video isn't 3 hours long. But yeah, so again guys, seriously, like I said, I'm not working with her. I don't know her. I direct message her on Instagram a few times, but like this book has been so helpful to me and I hope it's helpful to you guys too. Go check it out. I'm going to put her link on Instagram below, and I'm also going to put the link to this book on Amazon below. So check them both out. Go follow her on Instagram. She's awesome. She does live Q&As twice a week for 30 minutes, which is so helpful. I can't even tell you. You can just even go and listen. If you don't want to ask a question, just listen to things she says, and I've got so many helpful tips just from listening. So, link in them below. Go check them out. And guys, let's get your sleep on. All right, okay, here, let's go listen to see what these 2 weeks have been like, because, whew, tears on Mommy's part, tears on River's part, tears on Scarlett's part. I'm sure Daddy shed a tear or two. It's been rough, but I think it's working and it's gonna pay off. I'll tell you, yesterday, day 1 of sleep training, I put him down for 3 naps, which our kids never take 3 naps. Scarlett slept for like 2 hours in a row, maybe like 3 times in her whole newborn life ever. It was like she never slept. And River was kind of the same way, and so I was like, oh, this is gonna be awful. He's gonna be screaming all day. But we've noticed, you know, he has like these trending times that he's really tired, and so I put him down like she recommends in the book, and he slept so much yesterday. I was shocked. And let me tell you, the biggest shocker was, because like I told you, he has those trending consistent times that he's tired, but to me the biggest thing was, as soon as he would wake up, before I started sleep training, I would go and get him and just pick him up right away and like, okay, let's go do something with our day. And, you know, she says, you know, you should wait to let them cry a little bit. Sometimes they'll fall back asleep. He fell back asleep like every time. So I feel so bad. I've been like depriving him of sleep because I just go in and get him. I don't want him to cry during his nap, and I want to go get him so we can go do something. So I let him sleep, and he slept for like another hour. And I was like, oh my gosh, I've just been depriving my child of sleep all this time. And then poor Scarlett, she got like the guinea pig baby, the first kid who like, she never slept. And I never just put her down and let her cry it out for a nap because I didn't know to. I don't know, guys, again, call me stupid. I don't know. We have noticed that with him in the evening, actually, honestly, anytime, his like cry it out phase is actually really short. When you're there, you know, every 10 minutes feels like 1 hour. But he kind of does like a 20-minute stint, and then he kind of starts to slowly calm down. He's gone much longer, but on average, I would say 20 minutes is kind of his like screaming, and then he kind of calms down, which is so nice because Scarlett at one point, I think the longest she screamed was 1 hour and 45 minutes. So that was, whew. But so 20 minutes for him, which in the middle of the night feels horrendous, but it's actually not that bad at all. The kicker is that we only have a 2-bedroom apartment, and so Grayson and I are in the room with him. He can't see us, so it's not like that, but it's just so loud. So I think honestly we might just camp out on the couch and leave him in the room because I don't want to deal with it. It's just so much harder when you're in there hearing him scream. So we'll see what happens with that. So it's day 2, guys, and I'm currently getting some cookies because I'm going to hand them out to our neighbors because, you know, they called the cops last time. So I just want to make sure they know that everything's okay and that's what's happening. So I'm going to take some cookies to our upstairs neighbors and then also to the building next door because that's where the complaints have actually come from more often than not. So I'm going to take it to them and just as a peace offering and just let them know what's up. So that's what's happening right now. So we're actually doing straight up cry it out method. Which was not our plan. So just remember, you can be flexible with your plan and change it. And she talks a lot about that in this book. And again, I would recommend this. It's awesome and super easy. I just feel like I learned a lot. Okay, so now we are on day 2. Last night was very rough and long. He cried a lot. Like every time after a feeding, I put him down, he would scream for the full 20 minutes and then some. He was up a lot. He just did not want to be put down, which is his thing. So it was long. We're exhausted, but today's another day, so we're gonna keep going. This morning he took an okay nap. He only slept for like 45 minutes, and she recommends you leave him in there for the full hour because anything less than 45 minutes does not count as a nap. So I let him cry for 15 more minutes, which I did yesterday, and he actually fell back asleep, but today he did not. Yeah, but now he is down for his second nap of the day, and he's actually been sleeping for almost 2 hours, which is amazing. Scarlett is napping. She's in there talking and jumping around. But that's been really good. He's done 2 like decent naps today, and so I'm excited to see kind of what else happens. She talks in this book about like the dawn awakening, how a lot of babies wake up at like 5, between 4:30 and 6. And she's saying like, I don't want to give away all her tips because I really think you should read this book, but basically like they think that it's time to get up and they're all happy and ready to start their day, but they're not, and chances are they'll fall back asleep, which again yesterday happened, and I was like, what? We thought we just had to get up at 5 a.m. every day with him. And then, but this morning he woke up at 4:45 and I fed him, and then I put him back down and he screamed for an hour. From 5 to 6, he screamed his head off. So we're lying there like, oh my gosh, we're going insane. So that was not very fun. And then it's hard, I feel like all of his naps get kind of shifted up weird because of like the awake time between, but we're still figuring it out, trying to figure out what works best for him and for us. I think one of the hardest things has been so far, it's only day 2, so far has been the time that he's napping, that first nap. He's supposed to be like, we're supposed to be home for that, and that's always when I would like take Scarlett to the park and go do things. So if he takes a long first nap, it kind of shoots our morning, and she gets so annoying when she's inside all day, and we don't have a backyard, so I can't just like take her out and let him sleep while I do that. And so that's been really tricky. So I need to figure out, and I've asked her some questions, I need to figure out if like him sleeping in the ergo defeats the purpose of self-soothe. And I know it's not as good a nap, but like if it's gonna make Scarlett happier, then I kind of maybe need to do it, because he'll be getting some sleep and she'll be getting a little exercise. So we'll see. I'll keep you guys posted on stuff like that, because I'm not entirely sure. Hi, buddy boy. Did you have a good nap? Oh, and you're waking up happy. That's what you're supposed to do. That means that you slept a good amount. Hi, buddy boy. Hi. Oh my goodness. You took a good nap. Do you want to come out? Do you want to come out? Guys, look who decided to join us. Hi. Oh my gosh, you're so cute. Hi, buddy. Hi. He slept so well, but you slept for like 2 hours. Guys, I'm so surprised. I'm so happy. Can you tell by my smile? But yeah, that was so good. So we're excited to see what the rest of the day will look like. And the other thing I wanted to say was that today we drove to the grocery store and back, and he didn't cry in his car seat. So this makes sense that being able to self-soothe would also help when he screams in the car seat. Hopefully this will help that too. That's like to me going to be one of the biggest benefits of this whole thing. Anyways, he has been, I will say, he has been kind of like, there have been trips every, in the past couple of weeks where he's not cried. He's maybe starting to come out of it, but usually he still screams his head off. So I will keep you posted on the car seat drama too, because if that gets fixed by this, thank you, Jesus. Hey Riv, can you give them an update? Say, for my third nap, which is classically, traditionally, statistically the hardest one, he went down and he cried for 25 minutes, and I was giving him 5 more minutes, because this nap is only like 30 to 45 minutes usually, and so I was gonna let him cry for 30 minutes and then just get him out, and at 25 minutes he fell asleep, and he slept for like 35 minutes, so that's pretty good. But it's hard just to listen to them scream their head off, and I felt so bad because he was in such a good mood before his nap, and then you were in such a good mood before your nap, buddy, and then he just cried, and I felt so bad, but I think in the end he'll be happier because he got more sleep. Are those fingers good? So yeah, that's a little nap sleep train update. So we're on day 3. Last night was good and bad. Good because he really didn't cry that much. That dawn awakening, he always wakes up at 5, and that's usually when he cries. Like yesterday, he cried from 5 to 6. This morning, he did his like 20-minute thing and then fell asleep. So that was great. And then, so that was the good side. The bad part was that, hi sweetie. Everest. Yeah, that's Everest. The bad part was that Everest has tail. Everest has a tail? So the bad part was that he was up very often. And this video is going to be like 3 hours long. Hi, sweetie. Gosh, I remember I was saying that. And yesterday I actually direct messaged the Peaceful Sleeper girl. Her name is Chrissy. So I direct messaged her and she answered 3 of my questions, which is really helpful. So let me answer them for you in case you have the same question. So my first question was, I'm still figuring out breastfeeding / solid schedule because we've just introduced him for River. His last feeding before bed was at 7 and it was horrible, like breastfeeding. He barely ate anything. So when he woke up at 9:25, I let him cry until 9:45, then fed him because I felt like he was super hungry because he didn't really eat that well before bed. And I asked her what I should do in the situation. She said, in general, I say always feed little babies when they wake up at night in the beginning. So at the 9:25 awakening, just feed him and put him right back down. Super helpful. Okay, does sleeping in the ergo defeat the purpose of trying to teach them how to self-soothe? Because our 2-year-old toddler needs to go outside, we don't have a backyard. And she said a nap in the ergo every once in a while won't mess things up, but try to be at home for naps as much as possible. That's very helpful because like if he sleeps late, our day is shot because she goes down at 1 and I can't, like their naps don't match up very well. So that was helpful. And lastly, I asked, in that dawn awakening time frame, if I keep going in there to sit him up, he'll play happily the whole time, but he can't yet get to sitting himself. Hi, baby. Does me going in there every time he falls over to sit him up again defeat the purpose? Felt like I kind of knew the answer, but I just thought I would ask anyway. And she said, for the dawn feeding, do the same thing as before. So feed him, put him right back down. I wouldn't sit him up or anything. We ultimately want him to learn how to fall back asleep then. So don't try and help him because it's not actually helping him. I was more selfish, honestly, because I was like, I don't want to hear you scream, and if you sit up, you don't scream. So those are my questions. Hopefully that helps you guys. She's so, I mean, she answered my questions. Like, that's awesome. Takes the time to sit there. Please, you would like to watch Scarlett? Yeah. Okay, maybe later. This guy just woke up from a 2-hour and 15-minute nap. Bud, do you feel rested? Do you feel so rested? Yeah. You feel good? I didn't even know we could do that. And I didn't really change anything. I mean, he's just getting more used to it and it's... You smiling? So it's at times like this. So that really long nap he had was now 2 hours ago and like 10 minutes. So I would, like he's in a good mood. I would not typically put him down, but they're supposed to sleep like every 2 hours. So I'm gonna go put him down and I feel like he's gonna scream his head off, but I don't know, maybe he'll just go to sleep. What do you think? I usually wouldn't put you down right now. You're in such a good, happy mood, but here we go. Okay, so I totally thought he was gonna scream his head off. He went in there and it's been 7 minutes. I didn't hear a peep and he's asleep. So basically what's been happening is I've just deprived my kids of sleep up until this point. Like Scarlett was probably exhausted. I mean, I knew she was tired, but she just wouldn't sleep. I didn't train her. I didn't teach her how to sleep. Guys, you gotta teach your kids how to sleep. Don't feel bad. She's my guinea pig baby and one day she'll understand. Okay, River, you're a champ. Scarlett, can you say you're a champ, River?
I'm a champ, River.
That's right, bud. Guys, we had the best night of sleep we have had in 6 months, and then I sleep horribly when I'm pregnant, so longer than 6 months, basically a year. Oh my gosh. So I think one of the things, oh my gosh, she always says that. One of the things is that he had a full meal before bed. He actually did a full breastfeeding. He's been taking like weird snacky ones. So that I think was super helpful. And then he slept until, he went down just around right before 7, slept until midnight, ate for 30 minutes. Ate for 30 minutes, like a full feeding, and then went back to sleep with no issues. Woke up at 5. Oh, that's right, you heard me. 5 a.m. 5 a.m. River. And so he woke up at 5, ate again for a full 30 minutes. Then I put him down. He cried for like 10 to 15 minutes, and then he went back to sleep until 7:50. That's right, 7:50. I actually woke up at 7:30 because like with no alarm, no nothing. 7:30. You wonder why she's so dramatic. Gets it from somewhere. And anyway, so I woke up on my own before he was even awake. And so it's like, I don't even know what to say. I'm speechless. Like, I'm so happy right now. You what? I'm so happy you're sleeping. Also, we can put his passy in, so that's a great thing. I wanted to give you one quick little update. So this morning I had a mom's meetup group, MOPS, if any of you guys know about it. And so the kids go and they go and play on their own, and the moms hang out. It's amazing. And anyway, so I dropped off River, and they had a crib there, and he slept for like an hour and 15 minutes in a different crib in a different place. So I feel like that's really good. I'm not sure if he like cried a bunch going down. I don't think he did. They didn't mention that he did. When he woke up, I think he was screaming his head off, and so they went and got him, which is fine. It was an hour and 15, so it was over the hour kind of threshold. So I was really impressed with that. I feel like he did really well. And then he's down right now sleeping. Didn't fuss when I put him down at all, so that was really good. And it was 2 hours. It's 2 hours later. So yeah, we're doing well. Scarlett, guys, did I mess up her whole life for sleep because I didn't like sleep train her? Because this girl hasn't napped. This will be her 3rd day without taking a nap. She sits in there for over 2 hours, jumps and plays and talks and skips and hops and all these things. Like, what did I mess up forever? Please comment below and tell me that I didn't mess up my child's sleep, because I feel so bad. She just has a horrible sleep habits and just doesn't sleep well. Hopefully it's not my fault. Hey, Riv. Hi. So today is day 5. We're doing well, guys. Our night was not as good as the previous night. He was up 3 times, but again, ate and put himself back to sleep for the most part. Cried a little bit. He wakes up consistently every morning right at 5 a.m. So yeah. Our next thing, I think, will be trying to knock out one of those feedings, because even though he's putting himself to sleep really well, he doesn't need to eat again at like 10:30, and we ate at, 7. So we're gonna have to start letting him cry that one out a little bit, and kind of go from there. So far in the car seat, we have noticed a difference. And one of the things I've noticed that his eye isn't as gunky, so that's good. It's also around the time that it should start clearing up, so it could be that, but I'm not too sure. It's just a coincidence. So I'll keep you guys posted. Today we tried to get him to nap on the road because we needed to go somewhere. Didn't really work. He fell asleep in the end, but like an hour and a half later than we wanted him to, and he only slept for 35 minutes. So kind of a bummer, but it's okay because we'll put him down around the same time as Scarlett actually, so it'll be good. So we'll see how it goes, right bud? Alrighty guys, I wanted to give you a quick little day 6 update. Today was rough. It's our fault it was rough because we tried to like kind of have a regular Sunday, which disrupted his whole nap schedule, and so it did not go well. Like when he's overtired, he just loses his poop. Like this morning he fell asleep for an hour, woke up crying. It's common for them to wake up in the middle of the nap, so like 1 hour cry, then just leave them and they'll fall back to sleep. But it was 9:30, church starts at 10. We really wanted to go, so I was like, you know what, we'll just wake him up. Like, I'll just get him out of his bed now and we'll bring him with us and he can sleep maybe in the ergo or whatever. No, he was not happy, and he cried basically for like 45 minutes straight in the car on the way there, at church, in the kids' room, just like not happy at all. Then he finally fell asleep and then only slept for like 20 minutes, and then he cried. He's just been like a mess today. And then we had a Christmas party, tried to like take him to that, and he was super fussy on the way there, but then he actually did well. But basically we disrupted his nap schedule today for the first time since starting this, so almost a week, and it was horrible. Like old River that we thought River was, tired River. And so it's encouraging because we can see that the really good long new nap schedule has been working, but there's also a little part of us that's like, so we have to stay home like every time he naps now, like what, we don't really know. But it is new in the training, so I think once we train him up a little bit better, I think he'll be better at like napping on the go. Now we're gonna eat some Ben & Jerry's and finish Die Hard. Are we gonna finish Die Hard?
I hope so.
Yeah, we'll see if we can stay awake. Yeah. But hun, are you happy with how sleep training's been going?
Yeah, he's definitely been in seemingly much better moods.
Yeah, he's been really good. This whole week's been like really good.
Yeah, after seeing today, it makes me nervous about Wednesday.
Yeah. We're going to Disneyland all day on Wednesday, so.
Yeah. So we'll see.
Yeah, but I'm just gonna carry him in the ergo, and I think eventually he'll sleep. And you know what? One day, it's whatever.
Yeah.
We'll deal with it, and we'll deal with the repercussions of it too. So, okay, let's watch a movie.
Okay.
Totally not sleep training related, but actually it kind of is, because sleep training's hard, and sometimes you just need ice cream. Comment below your favorite Ben & Jerry's flavor, because we're always down to try new B&J's. We really like the chocolate chip cookie dough, half-baked, duh. Also, I'm helping you other mamas out who are about to sleep train. Sleep training tip: buy some Ben & Jerry's so that you can relax at the end of the night and eat some snacks. Hi guys. It has now been 1 week. It is day 7. I don't know if our like crappy scheduled weekend messed him up or what the deal is, but he has been crying now for 45 minutes. It's just bedtime. Like, it's just 7. He went down at 7. It's 7:45 and he is losing it still. I'm gonna give him 15 more minutes and then I'm gonna go in, maybe try and like calm him down, maybe feed him a little bit. I don't know. It doesn't really seem like he's that close to stopping. Every once in a while I'm like, oh, he's gonna stop, and then like just goes at it hardcore again. So yeah, that's what's happening right now. I just hate, I mean, no mom likes to hear their kid just crying their lungs out. So I'm trying to be strong and not go in there, but I just want to go pick him up. Okay, so today, I mean, it was okay. Again, it wasn't the best. He cried a lot more than normal, like going down for naps. He did take, I mean, they were pretty good, but he did fuss before them, which he hadn't done, you know, at the end of last week. So maybe it was just our crappy weekend again, I'm not sure. But in general, he's been doing okay. But that was day 7. We're like 1 week in, and I feel like I'm gonna cry. So there's that. Hopefully tomorrow's better, / I hope tonight. Just, I hope he sleeps, because I'm exhausted. Okay guys, it's time for the sleep training update of all sleep training updates, the Disneyland update. So River, it's so cool. His naps have been at like the exact same time as when we're at home, and we haven't been like intentionally putting him down or anything. I've warned him a lot, and he's fallen asleep at the same time, so like 9, 12, and 4, which is great. They've been short. The naps have been short, but like that's so good. They're consistent. We'll take it right now. But yeah, so that's the Disneyland sleep training update. It's been so fun! Yeah! Hey guys, it's been a little bit since I've given a sleep training update. The last one I think was at Disney. We are doing well. Not as great as a little bit ago. I mean, we knew that Disney Day was gonna kind of throw, you know, that whole day was kind of a throwaway. They're both definitely still recovering. Scarlett has been a nightmare. And today when I put her down, like I knew she was tired, and when I put her down, she fell asleep in like 2 minutes. That literally never happens. So yeah, we're still recovering. I also feel like I'm still recovering, so I can't expect them to be anything different. It's also, I realized that the holidays are a really hard time to decide to start sleep training, because there's always something going on. Like on Sunday we had church, and then we had a Christmas party, and then there was a Christmas thing with our group in the evening, and we went to Disney for Christmas, and then tonight we're going to a Christmas party for Grayson's work. And you know, none of these Christmas parties end at 6:30. They start at like 5 or 6 and go until 8 or 9. And so it's like, that's not that fun when you're trying to sleep train. And so looking back, maybe I should have realized this. I should have looked at the calendar maybe a little more closely. Some things got added last minute as well. But anyway, we're having a little bit of a hard time with that, just because we want to go do these Christmassy things. And so I think by our own fault, we're kind of like extending this a little bit longer than the 14 days that it's kind of supposed to take. But all in all, we are doing well, and we've had many more nights that are better than we have in the past. So like last night, he was up and down like, until like 9. He basically went to bed at 9 o'clock. But then he did really well. He woke up at like 3:30, and then at like 6:30 or something like that. Honestly, I can't remember. And it was this morning. So if you don't write it down, you will not remember. That's a tip. Write things down. So like that's actually a really good night for him. It was later, but he only woke up like essentially one time. I will take it. So yeah, we're still learning, but it's going well. We're doing well. What are you doing? Are you happy? Are you happy? Uh-oh. Don't fall over. Did you just wake up from a nap? You did. Whoop. Alrighty guys, we wanted to give you one more update. This is the last one because today is day 14. Hopefully this video hasn't been 3 hours long. Okay, so in a nutshell, what's happening? I would say he's not fully sleep trained, but like I mentioned, we kind of messed up week 2 on our own. So things have definitely gotten better though. Like, oh my gosh, so much better. At the beginning, we couldn't even put him down to sleep basically. We were like taking turns holding him and sleeping because we were that tired, and he would not sleep on his own. So now he does. Usually he can go down without even fussing at all, which has been amazing. I'll just show you because you're cuter, okay? What are you're laughing? Also, a little pear shirt is so cute. Okay, so basically he's doing a really great job. He was up, I don't know, 3 to 4 times a night, and now on average it's 1 to 2, so that's amazing. And when we get those one time a nights, whoo, we feel like new people when we wake up, don't we? Don't we? He takes naps every 2 hours. Is that a laugh or a cry bud? He doesn't even know. I told you I was going to keep you posted on car seat drama. So I would say it's improved. It is definitely not gone, but we've noticed when he's overtired or took a shorter nap or something, he's way worse. If he wakes up from a 2-hour nap and we put him right in the car, he usually doesn't cry. So a lot of it's probably related to the overtiredness. And then the other thing I said I was going to update you guys on was his eye. It is basically not gunky when he sleeps well. Like, it's been amazing. So it must have just been related to sleep. Again, this is kind of the time frame that they expected it to get better anyway, so could it be a coincidence? Yes, but I don't think so. So all in all, sleep training went really well. Again, we're not done. We have a crazy kind of after Christmas, New Year's thing. We're going to Canada. It's going to be hard with the time change and all that, so that might set us back a little bit, but we're prepared for that. So yeah, guys, I'm so happy with how this went. We're just gonna keep going with it. We'll keep you posted in our regular vlogs, and yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. If you made it to the end of this video, congratulations, because it's River. I'm trying to talk. If you made it to the end, congrats, because I'm sure it's long. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Again, go hit that link below and get this book, and follow her on Instagram because it's been so very, very helpful. And yeah, River, Bud, can you say thanks for watching? Can you? Thanks for watching. Bye guys, thank you.